Hello, hello, my beauties and bees, and who is ready to get weird with it with the Sphinx? Because today we are going to be diving into a lot of conspiracy stuff surrounding the Sphinx, and who better to take us on a journey through conspiracy than where am I? Where am I? So hold on, I lost my screen. There I am. Okay. Then Roswell's cat and conspiracy and gaming bunker. Sure, why not? They do gaming videos, but they also do conspiracy videos. Looks like more so gaming videos lately. But what I've pulled. Oh, hold on. Whoa, Kamala Harris exposed. Oh my. The MAGA revolution. This guy is whack. We got some. Is that Steven Crowder I hear? Oh, some MAGA stuff. There's lots of MAGA up in here. What does MAGA have to do with the Sphinx? I have no idea, but this video here is about the Sphinx, and it's done with AI audio, the most basic standard AI voice that you've ever heard. And they're gonna dive into a few different conspiracies. Geo Sam in the house. Hey Sam, it's good to see ya.
The Egyptian desert, a place of scorching sun, endless dunes, and mysteries buried beneath the sands of time.
Oh, toasty
For
up in
centuries,
here.
this land has captivated explorers, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. Drawn by the allure of ancient civilizations and the echoes of forgotten gods, we venture into this enigmatic landscape. Our destination, the Sphinx, a colossal enigma carved from the very bedrock of history.
Is that really quiet? Why are you so quiet, dude? It's like all the way up, too. I don't know why he's
half
so quiet.
lion, half human, the Sphinx stands as a silent sentinel, its gaze fixed eternally on the horizon.
So there's one theory this guy doesn't cover here, and I just want to poke it in here real quick, and that's this theory that the Sphinx really originally had an Anubis head. Wild!
What secrets lie hidden behind its enigmatic smile? What tales could it tell of pharaohs and empires, of lost knowledge and ancient wisdom? Today we embark on a journey to unravel these mysteries, to delve into the heart of the latest discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of this ancient wonder.
Doop, doop, doop.
Join us as we explore the groundbreaking findings that are sending shock.
Listen to that AI voice. So basic. I would rather hear people read than do these AI voices. That's just my opinion, but if you hear the AI voice, there's a good chance that what you're about to hear is about a bunch of BS and trash, though. That's why we hear so much AI voices on this channel, because I guess what people are afraid to put their own voice behind a lot of nonsense. I don't know.
Through the world of archaeology. Discoveries that challenge our assumptions about the Sphinx's origins, its purpose, and its connection to a past far more profound than we ever imagined. Prepare to be amazed, to be intrigued, and to have your perception of history forever altered.
I'm pro bug too, Geo Sam. I'm not pro tick or anything. Ticks are part of the food web or whatever, sure, but yeah, I'm not like pro tick, especially the diseases they carry. But we'll have to revisit the tick. That was my Lone Star tick video at the before the show. Yeah, about the when they bite you, you won't be able to eat meat.
For the Sphinx is more than just a monument. It is a doorway to a lost world, a beacon from a time when giants walked the earth and humanity's story was still being written in the sands of time. Let us step through that doorway together and unlock the secrets that lie within.
Go. That's a little better. Part 2.
Part 2, Act 1, about 6 sections, legacy in stone, the echo of pharaohs, tales of the Sphinx, the name whispered on the wind, and a message etched in time.
That was a really poorly structured. I mean, it could have been It could have been awesome if it had been, if the inflection would have been proper, but because your AI voice doesn't have that inflection. Mosquitoes, not so much. Yeah, fuck them mosquitoes. Bats love mosquitoes, though. Lots of birds do, too, like nightjars, and they'll eat mosquitoes. Of course, spiders eat mosquitoes. Morning, big zebra.
For centuries, the Sphinx lay partially buried by the relentless desert sands, its true scale and majesty obscured from view. It was only in the early 20th century that teams of dedicated archaeologists, armed with shovels and determination, finally freed the monument from its sandy tomb. This monumental effort revealed not only the Sphinx's full size, but also a host of intriguing clues about its past.
But historically, we always knew what the Sphinx looked like underneath, even though it wasn't until this time period that we dug it out. I mean, you can go back to, like, I don't know, like the Napoleonic Wars, for instance, because you hear a lot about, allegedly the Sphinx got its nose blasted off by Napoleon. I don't think I think that's folklore. But regardless, they knew what the Sphinx was and its full scale at that time.
Pattern of erosion on its limestone body, for example, differed markedly from that observed on the nearby pyramids.
Yeah, Minnow says, they're always like, we still don't know how they did X, Y, and Z. And it's like, did you try asking the Egyptians? Yeah, it's all recorded. Even like the it's funny because like the name, Imhotep, right? The name that they used for the mummy in the Mummy movies, the antagonist, was actually the name of one of the architects that built the Great Pyramid. I think it was the Great Pyramid. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was his name, and it's documented. They have people talk about the pyramids being built by slave labor when we have payroll records from the workforce that built the pyramids. We have records showing who worked on them. It's not saying there was no slave labor, but it was mostly done by contractors and skilled workers because it's a skilled building. You can't just put anybody in there and say, hey, build me this, and then they'll know how to do it.
As archaeologists meticulously documented the Sphinx's surface, they discovered a series of unusual markings etched into its limestone body. These markings, resembling deep grooves and wave-like patterns, extended across the Sphinx's base and up its flanks as if etched by the relentless flow of water. Geologists called in to examine these curious formations.
Are y'all ready for some flood nonsense? If you're ready for some flood nonsense, I want to see waves in the chat. Give me some waves. Give me some waves. And we'll get on to the flood nonsense. I'm going to sip my coffee and wait for waves to come in. Wait for the waves to come crashing on the shores of this hive. Bring me my torrents. Wash in that flotsam and jetsam onto my shores. Come now. A deluge of flood nonsense, says Anarchic Fox. High school flashback, Spooky. Spooky's bringing the waves. Fox is bringing the waves. Brainless Steel's bringing the waves. D-A-R, yes, G-O. Flood me. Everybody wants to be flooded. Everybody, yes. Oh, look at all those waves that you all are splashing upon my shore. The Egyptians used to pay their workers in beer. I'd be good. Flotsam and jetsam will fly onto your shores. Those are Sumami's crow friends who she's been bonding with for the last several months. Pretty soon she's going to have her own murder that does her bidding. And you need to train them to go to some golf resort in Florida and wreck shit. That would be great. Flood me, baby. Yes, let's do it. Okay, here we go.
Confirmed that they were indeed consistent with water erosion. But the source of the water remained a mystery. The prevailing theory at the time held that the Sahara Desert...
Just to spoilers for everybody. It's sand erosion, actually. And yeah, it was buried in sand for centuries, so that checks out. Just to not burst anybody's bubble. Not that these valleys haven't flooded in the last 3,500 years. I mean, surely there's been some level of rainfall, and this thing being buried in sand and having the water retained around its base when it's covered in sand whenever it rains, sometimes for months, because the Sahara, the sand, is like so deep. Anyway, I digress.
That had been arid for millennia, with no evidence of significant rainfall to explain such extensive water damage.
Flood time, come on.
The theory of a watery past gained further credence with the discovery of a vast network of subterranean chambers and passages beneath the Giza Plateau. These chambers, some natural, others seemingly carved by human hands, hinted at a hidden world beneath the desert sands, a world shaped by the ebb and flow of water. One particular chamber, located directly beneath the Sphinx, attracted significant attention. Known as the Tomb of Osiris, this rectangular chamber contained a large sarcophagus-like structure, its lid sealed tight.
The Tomb of Osiris. Let's have a look. Let's see here. Osiris. Under the Sphinx, you say? Let's do some research. All right, so the Tomb of Osiris, or Osiris Shaft, is a mysterious underground burial complex located beneath the causeway connecting the Sphinx to Khafre's Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, and believed to have 3 levels, including a flooded chamber. Yeah. Having water reservoirs in the middle of the desert seems like a good idea, and good construction ideas, right? But let's make it sound all weird and mysterious.
The idea that the Sphinx might have witnessed a wetter, more ancient past is a tantalizing one. Imagine the Sphinx not as a solitary guardian of the desert, but as a sentinel overlooking lush landscapes, rivers, and perhaps even bustling ancient communities. This vision of a verdant past is not just a flight of fancy, but is rooted in geological and climatological studies that suggest the region was once far more hospitable than it is today. This idea gained further traction as researchers began to explore the possibility of a global cataclysm in Earth's distant history.
Ooh, the deluge. I mean, you all knew it was coming because of the hey, give me some waves. More waves are still coming in, too. More waves. Yes, I love you guys.
The notion that our planet has undergone dramatic shifts, both gradual and sudden, is supported by a growing body of evidence. Scholars and scientists have pored over ancient texts, scrutinized geological formations, and analyzed climatic data to piece together a narrative that challenges our understanding of history. Could a catastrophic event, such as a massive flood, have played a pivotal role in reshaping the Earth's surface and altering...
No, and there's no evidence for that either. What are you talking about? You're like, oh, there's new evidence. There's a growing body of evidence. No, there's not. That's some young Earth creationist BS right there.
The course of human civilization. The idea is not as far-fetched as it might seem. Historical records and mythological accounts from various cultures speak of great floods that wiped out entire populations, leaving only a few survivors to rebuild. Another intriguing possibility is a sudden shift in Earth's poles, a phenomenon that could have triggered dramatic climate changes. Such an event would have had profound effects on the planet's ecosystems, potentially leading to the extinction of species and the collapse of civilizations. The evidence for pole
like
shifts...
the civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, and Mu? Those civilizations? Yeah.
...is found in the geological record, where layers of sediment and rock tell a story of a planet in flux. Proponents of this theory point to ancient myths and legends from cultures around the world that speak of a great deluge. These stories, often dismissed as mere folklore, contain striking similarities despite originating.
That is young Earth creationism and their nonsense about there being flood myths from around the globe. Everybody has different floods and natural disaster myths, I guess would be a better way to describe it. Sometimes it's a flood of water, but sometimes it's a flood of beer. Sometimes it's a flood of blood. Sometimes it's a flood of honey. Like different, they talk about all these different cultures having global flood myths, but it's not always a flood of water. And instead, they don't all have the same folklore attached to them or the same type of event. Why is this one group seeing the global flood as a flood of beer? And another group is seeing blood, and another group seeing water, another group seeing honey. Why? Why would you assume that all these stories are the same? Was it a mix of all these ingredients together? Blood flood. That's scary. Mud flood. Yes, there's the mud flood of the Tartarian people. There you go. It's all different.
From vastly different regions. Could these tales be echoes of a shared human experience, a collective memory of a time when the world was turned upside down? The Great Deluge is a recurring theme in many ancient texts, from the Epic of Gilgamesh to the Bible's story of Noah's Ark. These accounts describe a world submerged in water.
Well, so Noah's Ark is a direct derivative of Utnapishtim in the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's the same narrative with that's just been updated to gel with a Yahwehic. I don't want to say Yahwehic cult at the time, but it was more like a cult than a religion at that time. It was like a sect of Judaism that was branched off and eventually would lead to monotheism, but at the time it still had ties to older mythology with a pantheon, and the story of Utnapishtim was important to the creation narrative of the world that we currently reside in those older traditions. And so they had to roll over the flood story to it's kind of like the way that they appropriated like Northern European traditions and seasonal holidays and all that into the Christian calendar of sacred days. It's a conglomeration of different folklore important to that culture that they're trying to appropriate into their religion to make their religion part of that culture, and thus tie their Abrahamic faith to that culture it's a means of survival of any kind of religion. Though it has to be tied to a culture, because while it's okay to tear down a religion and to insult a religion, when you start tearing down and insulting cultures, people tend to see that as a form of bigotry. So if they tie the people to the religion, they tie that ethnicity and culture, that social system that these people have to the religion can survive. There's my rant today against organized religion, but
with only a few chosen individuals surviving to repopulate the earth. The consistency of these narratives across different cultures suggests that they may be based on real events, passed down through generations as cautionary tales. In these stories, the deluge is often depicted as...
Well, sure, cautionary tales like Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, but that doesn't mean that an anthropomorphic wolf really pretended to be somebody's grandma at some point in time. That's just not how that works.
A divine punishment, a time when the gods unleashed their wrath upon humanity. The reasons for this divine retribution vary, but the outcome is always the same. A world cleansed by water.
And you got to remember that to ancient people, a flood was pretty much probably the most powerful thing that you can think of. The most destructive force on Earth that they had ever experienced would have been floods. And those have been localized, smaller floods too, that seemed like they swallowed the whole world, because the flood you lived in the floodplains, it would be as far as the eye can see. And you're talking Indus and Tigris and Euphrates and Nile valleys, all these regions where these flood myths really spring up. Even the ones that they talk about elsewhere on the globe, like in China and stuff. You got, China's four sacred rivers. In North America, you got the Mississippi and the Missouri. You got the Ohio River. All these different rivers that contribute to. You got the Amazon in South America. That all these rivers historically flood up and flood miles and miles outside of into their basin, fill out the whole plain down there where people grow their crops, where farming is good because of this rich soil, right? So yeah, that was the most powerful thing that these people could think of, was a flood. Now, other factors come into play too, like earthquakes and stuff, obviously are a huge, powerful force that ancient people were aware of too, and they're often associated with these same folklores and massive storms and hurricanes and rains. All these factors come into play for these people who lived in regions with seasonal flooding. That they imagined that the end of the world was going to be like one of these seasonal floods, but instead of just their valley, it was going to cover the whole world. It's easy to see how that develops.
With only a handful of survivors left to start anew, these myths serve as a reminder of the fragility of human existence and the power of nature. The survivors of the
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was saying, Sumami. At this point, Judaism is so interwoven with the culture of Jewish people that it is easy for far-right, conservative Jewish people and their allies to claim anti-Semitism when it's actually criticism of the religion. People also forget that Jewish people aren't the only Semitic group. Culture and religion can be mixed up together over time. Yeah, that is done intentionally, I think, at least on an international scale. I think it's done intentionally.
These cataclysmic events are often portrayed as heroes, chosen by the gods to preserve the knowledge and traditions of their people. Archaeological evidence supports the idea that ancient civilizations were capable of remarkable resilience, rebuilding and thriving in the aftermath of disaster. Excavations of ancient settlements reveal sophisticated engineering and agricultural practices, suggesting that these societies were well adapted to their environments. These stories, once dismissed as mere folklore, began to take on new significance when viewed through the lens of scientific discovery. Modern researchers have found that many ancient myths contain kernels of truth, reflecting real events that were recorded and embellished over time. By studying these stories, we can gain insights into the lives and experiences of our ancestors and perhaps even learn lessons that are relevant to our own time. The intersection of myth and science offers a fascinating glimpse into the past, revealing a world that was both familiar and alien. As scientists continue to uncover new evidence and reinterpret old data, our understanding of...
Now, that's true that scientists are continuously discovering new evidence and having a new understanding of old data as well. But it's not going in the direction you think it is, homie. It's really not. It's not going in the direction of, yeah, there was a global flood and gods and monsters lived before that. That's just not what we're coming up with. Now, there was a global catastrophe that killed off giants and monsters 65.6 million years ago, long before humans or any kind of civilization. And it probably caused the worst flooding in the last 100 million years that the world has ever seen. Just considering the impact of the Chicxulub meteor that struck the Gulf of Mexico. Yes, the Gulf of Mexico. And caused the KT extinction and left the KT boundary line in the geological record. So, there was I don't want to call it a global flood because I doubt very much that it caused water to cover everything. It sure as hell made a huge tidal wave, though, that covered inland areas that had never even that you would never even expect to be hit by the sea. And you got to remember there was the Western Interior Seaway at this time too.
History is constantly evolving. The story of the Sphinx and the Great Deluge is just one example of how ancient myths can inform and enrich our knowledge of the world. By listening to the whispers of the past, we can better understand the present and prepare for the future.
What did you do to its eye there? Hold on. What's its eye?
Yeah.
It smiles too. Oh, its mouth turns up.
Perhaps the most intriguing and
Fun with filters.
controversial theory surrounding the Sphinx is the alleged existence of a hall of records hidden beneath its colossal form. This theory has captivated the imaginations of historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike for decades. The idea that such a monumental secret could be lying just beneath the surface of one of the world's most iconic structures is nothing short of fascinating. According to this theory, the ancient Egyptians, possessors of advanced knowledge and wisdom, constructed a secret.
Now, this is the idea that, the ancient Egyptians were descendants from the lost Atlanteans, which they did, which was the story they went with in the movie 10,000 BC. So, for what it's worth, there's that.
Secret chamber beneath the Sphinx to safeguard their history and their most sacred texts from the ravages of time.
Look at those huge snakes, those giant cobras. I guess they're cobras. They don't got hoods though. They could be mambas, I suppose. There's some big ass snakes though, compared to the people. You don't want to mess with them.
Chamber, often referred to as the Hall of Records, is believed to contain a wealth of information about the origins of human civilization, astronomical data, and perhaps even prophecies about the future. The ancient Egyptians were known for their meticulous record-keeping and their profound understanding of the cosmos. So it is not entirely implausible that they would have created such a repository.
Who's talking about G-Man? It's a name I haven't heard in forever and a day. Is G-Man still around making stuff? Last time I think I heard about G-Man was when he had his debate with Erica. I think that kind of was the death knell. Death knell. Ooh, is that Babe the Blue Ox? That's one of my favorite characters from mythology is Babe the Blue Ox. Is that Babe right there? It looks like him. Or her. Babe's a boy because it's an ox. An ox means it's a castrated working cow. Working bovid. G-Man is still around. Okay, who's he interacting with? I did not know that. Is he calling it the Gulf of America?
Opponents of the Hall of Records theory point to ancient texts and esoteric traditions that speak of a lost cache of knowledge hidden somewhere in Egypt. These texts, some of which date back thousands of years, often allude to a hidden library or a secret chamber filled with scrolls and manuscripts that contain the wisdom of the ages. Esoteric traditions passed down through generations also hint at the existence of such a repository, suggesting that it was deliberately concealed to protect its contents from being lost or destroyed. A repository of wisdom that could unlock the secrets of the universe.
Ooh, a secret Egyptian library under the Sphinx, you say?
And rewrite human history. Imagine the impact of discovering such a trove of knowledge. It could potentially alter our understanding of ancient civilizations, their technological advancements, and their contributions to human progress. The Hall of Records, if it exists, could provide...
If it exists, yeah, that's doing a lot of carrying a lot of that weight right there, if it exists.
Answers to some of the most enduring mysteries of our past, and offer insights into the achievements of the ancient...
Or maybe it's a spiritual thing like the Akashic Records, where it was in the unseen world. Or maybe the land of the dead. These ancient people had ideas of different worlds that were like ours, but on a different level, and you had to travel to them. Well, we just talked about this at the water horse thing with the water barrier that it could travel between. Yeah. So there was this concept of different levels of existence, and some of those levels would have been or could have been in different cultures considered like a library of knowledge, right? A secret stronghold that holds all the knowledge of the universe. Things like that were common in mythology. It didn't have to actually be a physical library.
Ancient Egyptians that have long been
or physical hall of records. I mean, the halls of Valhalla aren't physical and real. We aren't searching the mountains of Scandinavia for Valhalla because there's folklore that exists.
shrouded in mystery. The Sphinx, with its enigmatic symbolism and its connection to the mysteries of the ancient world, seems a fitting location for such a treasure. Its imposing presence and the aura of mystery that surrounds it make it an ideal candidate for housing a secret of such magnitude. The Sphinx has stood the test of time, weathering the elements and witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations. It is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the ancient Egyptians.
True.
And the possibility that it guards a hidden chamber filled with their most precious knowledge only adds to its allure.
No, it doesn't. It takes away from the actual reality of what the Sphinx was built for, and the actual majesty of the Egyptian culture that built it, to add all this weird folkloric stuff on top of it, as if it were the true nature of the Sphinx.
As we continue to explore and uncover the secrets of our past, the legend of the Hall of Records remains a tantalizing mystery, inviting us to delve deeper into the history and legacy of one of the world's greatest civilizations. The possibility of a global flood and the search for a lost civilization have led some researchers to draw connections between the Sphinx and other ancient megalithic structures scattered across the globe. Could
the scale of the Sphinx always throws me off because it doesn't look
between the Sphinx and other
properly
ancient megalithic
proportioned,
structures
like they'll show it in art, right? It's like super long compared to the size of its head. Its head is so tiny compared to its body, right? But when you'll see like other depictions of a Sphinx, much better proportion. But the Great Sphinx is a little awkward. He's a long boy.
Across the globe. Could these structures, often characterized by their massive size, precise construction and enigmatic purpose, be the remnants of a forgotten civilization that predated the cataclysm?
No, that's just racism, right? That's that hey, these brown people couldn't build these structures so accurately. Or just these Britons couldn't build these structures so accurately, even, because they'll say that about Celtic ruins as well, and how well they line up. So it's just rooted in racism against ancient people, that they couldn't possibly have had the technology to do this.
Proponents of this theory point to similarities in architectural styles, astronomical alignments, and mythological motifs as evidence of a shared cultural heritage. They argue that these megalithic sites, often located on coastlines...
I think that, so Sumami says there's nothing under it but natural caves, LOL, and probably wouldn't be anything you couldn't get into. I think there's a reservoir down there, a flooded chamber or whatever. It's a reservoir. They just can't wrap their heads around the fact that ancient Egyptians could have had a reservoir. How do they think that they kept themselves hydrated in the middle of the desert? But I digress. Oh, check out the Sphinxter. I wonder if there's a door at the Sphinxter side of the Sphinx. I suppose I could find it, Zebra. Oh, in Arn Ra and G-Man. Yeah.
Or near significant water sources were strategically positioned by an ancient civilization with advanced knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and perhaps even the Earth's energy grid.
Is Baby Cake like that? I had a calico cat named Monkey Head who was like that. We called her Monkey Head because her real name was Aphrodite, but we called her Monkey Head because she had a tiny little head and a big long body and a floofiest tail. Like, her body wasn't exactly like long haired. She was like medium length hair, kind of long, but not too long. But her tail was like that of like a Persian cat. And then she had a tiny little head, and we called her Monkey Head.
The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their knowledge of astronomy and their belief in the interconnectedness of the celestial and earthly realms. Their monuments were often aligned with the stars, their rituals timed to coincide with cosmic events, their lives governed by the cycles of the heavens. Some researchers believe that the Sphinx's placement and orientation within the Giza complex were not accidental, but rather reflect a sophisticated understanding of astronomical alignments and cosmic cycles.
Did it look like I was saying this stuff? So, like, the fact that the Egyptians had a strong astronomical understandings of the cycle of the Earth's procession through the heavens does not in any way imply the existence of a secret lost civilization.
They point to the Sphinx's eastward gaze, aligned with the rising sun on the spring equinox, as evidence of its connection to the solar calendar and the cycle of rebirth and renewal.
All right.
The Sphinx.
I was going to align myself with cosmic events, but then things got busy at work. That's how things go sometimes. It do be like that.
Like a riddle whispered across millennia, continues to challenge our assumptions, ignite our imaginations, and beckon us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the past. Each new discovery, each tantalizing clue unearthed from beneath the sand.
Why do you keep showing them digging up skeletons? They did not find skeletons under the Sphinx. At least not that I'm aware of. Obviously, I'm welcome to be proven wrong, but
Time brings us one step closer to unraveling its secrets and rewriting our understanding of history. The journey of discovery is far from over. New technologies such as ground-penetrating radar, three-dimensional imaging, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to explore the Sphinx and its surroundings, revealing hidden chambers, deciphering ancient texts, and piecing together the story of its creation and its purpose.
oh my gosh, I just remembered I forgot to plug the t-shirts in Cryptic Corner today. I cannot believe I forgot. That's so lame. I was going to push the t-shirts again. But yeah, there's Cryptic Corner t-shirts, in case you didn't know. They are pretty awesome. We got Mothman. We've got the Jersey Devil. We've got the Swamp Booger Sasquatch, or Southern Fried Bigfoot, as some people like to call it. I think I might change the name to Southern Fried Bigfoot. I don't know. But then we have the Dogman. And this, for a limited time right now, we have the Fresno Crawler, the Fresno Nightcrawler. That one's limited because it's going to be replaced in June in celebration of Roswell. We'll switch over mid-June to the Roswell special t-shirt, and you're going to want to see that one. But you can't get it yet. And if you want the Fresno shirt, you got to get it now because it's going away soon. So, I mean, West Coast represent, right? We need that. But back to what we were saying. Ooh, yeah, I have a couple people in here who've got the t-shirts too. So Dave from Captive Dusk has the Bigfoot t-shirt, and Dee, I believe, got a Mothman t-shirt because she loves that thick-ass Mothman.
As we've journeyed through the sands of time, uncovering the mysteries surrounding the Sphinx, one question lingers persistently. How old is this enigmatic monument truly? While mainstream archaeology anchors its creation to the reign of Pharaoh Khafra around 2500 BC, a growing body of evidence challenges this timeline, proposing a far more ancient origin. The water erosion patterns etched deep into the Sphinx's limestone body whisper tales of a wetter, more ancient Egypt long before the Sahara became a parched desert.
So just because the Sahara is mostly a parched desert, like 99.999% of the time, does not mean it doesn't get monsoon rains, right? At certain points in time. help the erosion process and flood vast plains and areas of the Sahara. The Sahara, there's places in the Sahara that are flooded right now. Right now, some places that haven't seen rain in 500 years, or that haven't seen rain create standing water in over 500 years, are flooded right now. The Sahara is greening up, actually, at this point in history. So, I mean, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, of course.
Geologists like Robert Schoch, analysing these patterns, suggest they were carved not by wind-blown sand, but by torrential rains, possibly dating back to 10,000 BC or even earlier.
I'm going to do this real quick. Bear with me, because we're going to... We're going to look at the store real quick. Shopping... All right, here we go. All right, so these are the shirts. Just because we're talking about this is the Fresno Nightcrawler. That's what that guy looks like. And that shirt's $22. Pretty cheap, actually. They're really good quality too. I've seen the picture that Dave sent me and the picture that Dee sent me, and they got a nice glossy finish with high detail. Here's Mothman. Here's our swamp bugger. This is the Sasquatch that we currently have available. This Sasquatch may not be up here forever. We may switch to a Pacific Northwest Sasquatch. I just wanted to start with the Southern Fried Sasquatch because I come from Missouri, where the Momo is. So, yeah. So that's that one. And then, of course, we have the one and only Jersey Devil. Right? And then we have the Michigan Dogman. Oh, come on. There we go. Is the Michigan Dogman. It's not all we have, though. I mean, there's other merch out here too. We got, there's the Mothman. There's a Mothman hat that matches the shirt. So if you just want a beanie that says CrypticCorner with Mothman on it, it's right there. We also just have some cool Hive Science shirt. There's one with the Clemente moth. We got some Pride butterfly socks, or Pride moth socks, I should say. It's a moth, not butterfly. The traditional classic Hive Psi spider with the old school text, which I don't use anymore on the channel, but keeping it here is like sort of a almost vintage version of things. But yeah, this was from back when we were much more bug oriented. But this was one of my favorites, and that was a custom piece of art made for me. And then our traditional Live from the Hive beanie. Check this out. It's got our wasp and says Hive, so you can tell everybody you're part of the Hive with this. It also comes in yellow, but I don't know how well I like that because the stuff doesn't stand out as much. It does have a sort of charm to it. I might make add a purple one on here for this, so black, yellow, gold, and purple maybe. Anyway, back to the show. Enough hawking my merch. Let's get back to it. Back to the Sphinx.
Section 2. The Sphinx and the Pyramids. An unbreakable bond. The Sphinx and the Pyramids of Giza are inextricably linked in the public imagination, two iconic symbols of ancient Egypt's grandeur and mystery. But what is the true nature of their relationship? Were they conceived as a unified complex, reflecting a shared purpose and design, or did they...
Ooh, Maya, I'm so glad you said that. Maya said, I can't look at a Sasquatch and tell what region they're from or they hail from. Loving the lore. Yeah, there is lore about that. Oh, man. Maybe I should do a special, standalone episode where I just talk about the different subspecies of hairy hominids and we try to categorize them into a phylogeny. Would that be fun to you guys? I think it could be fun.
Evolved separately, their destinies intertwined by the passage of time.
We could talk about their phenotypes and things like that make them distinct. There's our long
Section
boy. Long boy Sphinx. That section 2 was super short. All you did was say, hey, are they tied to the pyramids? Huh? Are they?
3. The lost civilization hypothesis.
Oh, here we
Echoes
go.
of a bygone era.
Is it going to be Atlantis? I think it's going to be Atlantis. It might be Mu, but I think Egypt is usually associated with Atlantis.
Possibility of a lost civilization, technologically advanced and possessing profound knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and spirituality, is a theme that resonates throughout human history. Could the Sphinx, with its enigmatic silence and its potential antiquity, be a tangible link to this lost world?
Yeah, you could catch them all, right? You could collect every single Cryptic Corner shirt, or you could pick the one that represents your region of the U.S. and go with that, because I mean, they're not actually laid out exactly like that, but like sort of. You have the Jersey Devil in the New England area. You got the Fresno Nightcrawler, West Coast. You got the Southern Fried Bigfoot in the southern portion of America. You got Mothman, generally considered Midwestern, though it isn't the southeastern portion of the Midwest. But I digress. Or maybe even you could consider Mothman an Appalachie cryptid, but regardless of that, Michigan Dogman has you covered with the upper Midwest. So wherever you're from, you have a representative for your region. So remember that. We need to get a chupacabra at some point too. I almost did the chupacabra for May because Cinco de Mayo, but you know, we'll see. And also it's Mexican American month or something, May is, but I decided I needed to keep the Fresno Nightcrawler around for a little bit longer than that, so we're going to jump right into from Fresno Nightcrawler to Roswell.
A beacon from a time before recorded history. Proponents of this theory point to the sophisticated engineering and astronomical alignments evident in ancient megalithic structures around the globe, suggesting a level of knowledge and skill that surpasses what we attribute to early civilizations.
How does it surpass it when it's what we would megaliths are one of the primary things we attribute to ancient civilizations? What a moronic claim. I'm going to speed him up a little bit too, because
The Sphinx, while undeniably rooted in Egyptian culture and mythology, resonates far beyond the sands of the Sahara. Its image, a powerful blend of human and animal, of wisdom and strength, of mystery and majesty, has captured the imaginations of cultures across the globe, appearing...
It's stay across the globe. A Sphinx is mostly, again, another Mediterranean thing, a Mediterranean concept. The Greeks and Egyptians, Carthaginians and Romans, the Fertile Crescent in general, all these areas have rich Sphinx lore, but you don't find like Sphinx in Aboriginal Australians, or I don't think China has any Sphinx either. If they do, it's not called a Sphinx and has its own characteristics that distinguish it from a Sphinx. Mesoamerica didn't have Sphinx because they didn't have lions. So to say it's a global phenomena is just to mischaracterize it. Yeah, the Sphinx folklore spread from the Mediterranean area with the spread of European culture on a global scale, the concept of the Sphinx and lion in general. But no, they didn't originate there. Yeah, it's curious where skunk ape and devil monkeys fit in. Yeah, we can crack that all open. Skunk apes and devil monkeys. We could build a phylogeny for hairy hominids.
In myths, legends, art, and architecture spanning continents and millennia.
I actually have folklore built on where devil monkeys fit in, though, which if you go into Live from the Hive, I think, what's it called? It's called something Dogman. It's the Legend of the Dogman song. It's the Feroxa videos. Cryptophylogeny files. Yeah, it's the first one. I haven't done a second one yet because it took a lot of energy to do it. But once phylogeny, just pulling up the shorts though. I was gonna drop a link. Oh well, no worries. We'll get back.
In ancient Greece, the Sphinx took on a more menacing persona, a winged creature with the body of a lion, the head of a woman, and a penchant for riddles. This creature, guarding the entrance to Thebes, challenged travelers with its enigmatic questions, devouring those who failed to answer correctly.
That's just, I mean, that's the main folklore, right? To have the Sphinx tell you riddles, and if you get them wrong, she eats you. It's like the standard Sphinx narrative. Is it aliens that teach humans to stack rocks on top of each other? Yeah, I know, right? Yes, the enigmatic silence that statues are known for. Yeah, like why would the Sphinx be anything but silent unless they like carve something to make the wind whistle as it howled through them. Bigfoot Festival in Oklahoma, Native Atheist. Sounds lit. Yes, a chupi. You want a chupacabra? We may do a chupacabra after. Well, so after the alien one, which isn't out yet. After that one though, for Roswell, it'll probably be the next one. I could probably squeeze chupacabra in there for the summer, and then after that would have whatever I do for Halloween for the t-shirt. Which may be a more traditional ghost or something along those lines, or maybe a clown. I don't know, but that's in the future. Right now, get a Fresno Nightcrawler t-shirt before they're gone.
The Sphinx, despite its millennia-long silence, speaks volumes through its very form, its features encoded with symbolism and meaning. Every detail, from the majestic lion's body to the serene human face, from its colossal scale to its precise orientation, offers clues.
This music is so epic for what he's saying. It's like, I guess speeding it up made it sound more epic.
Purpose and significance. The lion, king of beasts, was a potent symbol in ancient Egypt representing strength, courage, and royal authority. The Sphinx's lion's body, carved from a single block of limestone, conveys a sense of permanence and power.
What?
Its massive paws planted firmly in...
Did you just say single block of limestone? I don't know if that's true. Is the Sphinx carved from from a single piece of limestone? Archaeological evidence suggests that the Great Sphinx was created around 2500 BC for the king Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid of Giza. The Sphinx is a monolith carved from the bedrock of the plateau, which served as the quarry for the pyramids and other monuments in the area. So we even know like where the stones that went to the Sphinx came from. So
in the earth.
It's not a mystery.
Section 6. The future of the Sphinx, preservation, exploration, and the quest for knowledge. The Sphinx, a testament to human ingenuity and a beacon from a distant past, faces an uncertain future. The relentless forces of nature, wind, sand, pollution, coupled with the impact of human activity, threaten to erode its majestic form and silence its whispers from the past. Preserving this iconic monument for future generations requires a concerted effort from archaeologists, conservators, and the global community. The Sphinx, a silent sentinel guarding the secrets of time, beckons us not just to observe, but to participate in the unfolding narrative of its existence. This ancient monument, with its enigmatic expression and weathered visage, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and mystery of ancient civilizations. It invites us to delve deeper, to look beyond the surface, and to uncover the layers of history that have shaped our world. It's a call to action, inviting us to shed our preconceived notions, to embrace the unknown, and to embark on a collective quest for knowledge. As we watch archaeologists meticulously excavate the sands of time, we are reminded that every artifact unearthed, every hieroglyph deciphered, brings us one step closer to understanding the lives and minds of those who came before us. The Sphinx
Yeah, but you just ignore that and go with whatever brain dead conspiracy that Graham Hancock is putting out that week. Ignore all the history and actual cool discoveries that come out of ancient Egypt, every year. And focus. We had a new tomb discovered this year. The first one since or new pharaoh's tomb. The first one since King Tut's tomb is what I understand. So I mean we got that going on, but people want to focus on myths about floods and ancient lost civilizations and alien intervention and things like that.
To be curious, to ask questions, and to seek answers in the fragments of the past. It's a plea for open-mindedness, urging us to consider alternative theories, to challenge established narratives, and to remain receptive to the possibility that our understanding of the past is far from complete. In the heated debates of scholars, we see the passion and dedication that drives the pursuit of knowledge. Each theory, each hypothesis is a piece of a larger puzzle, and it is only through collaboration and open dialogue that we can hope to piece together the true picture of our history.
Sorry.
The Sphinx whispers that the truth lies not in dogma.
Sorry if that caused a seizure. I did not see that coming. I didn't know that was coming. If anybody out there died or had a seizure because of me, all I can do is say sorry. I did, because I was not prepared for that. And when I publish this, I might have to blur that or something.
But in the relentless pursuit of evidence, in the courage to question, and in the willingness to revise our understanding when confronted with new discoveries. As the sun rises over the Sphinx, casting long shadows across the desert, we are reminded of the passage of time and the ever-evolving nature of knowledge. Each new discovery, each new piece of evidence has the potential to reshape our understanding of history. The Sphinx stands as a symbol of this ongoing journey, a journey that requires us to be both humble and bold, to acknowledge the limits of our knowledge while striving to expand them.
Knowledge the limits of our... Oh, well, striving to expand them. Okay.
In museums around the world, the legacy of the Sphinx and ancient Egypt is preserved and shared with the public. These institutions...
I don't think those are Egyptian Sphinx. I think those aren't those in, I don't know, somewhere in like Lebanon or something. I thought that's where these came from.
Serve as bridges between the past and the present, allowing us to connect with the stories and achievements of ancient civilizations. Through interactive displays and carefully curated exhibits, we are given the opportunity to engage with history in a tangible and meaningful way. The Sphinx, though silent, speaks to us through these artifacts, reminding us of the enduring impact of human creativity and curiosity. Education plays a crucial role in this journey of discovery.
So why are you like misguiding people? Okay, yeah, I did not. I'm sort of annoyed that they would just have like a flashing thing like that pop up without any kind of warning. Now I do have it sped up, so it was going faster than they probably intended it to, but I didn't know it was going to do that, but it was still moving fast even at regular speed. It would have been problematic.
In classrooms around the world, students are introduced to the wonders of ancient Egypt and the mysteries of the Sphinx. Teachers inspire the next generation of historians, archaeologists and researchers, fostering a sense of wonder and a passion for learning. The Sphinx, with its timeless presence, serves as a powerful symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. The Sphinx stands at the intersection of past and present, a reminder that history is not just a series of events, but a continuous thread that weaves through time, connecting us to our ancestors and shaping our future. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, the lessons of the past offer valuable insights and guidance. The Sphinx, with its enduring mystery, challenges us to look beyond the present moment and to consider the broader context of our existence. The Sphinx, with its universal appeal, draws people from all walks of life.
Does it have a universal appeal, though? Again, it seems mostly like it's Mediterranean mythology. It's a cool creature, but it's not nearly as universal as, like, say, a dragon, right? The idea of a giant reptilian creature. That I would say is universal. You know, some things around the globe, but not a sphinx. Not a sphinx at all. I've named all the cultures and stuff that wouldn't have had a sphinx, which is most of them. This comes from around the Mediterranean, where obviously there was a long history of conflicts with lions, because lions had a range around the Mediterranean at this time. They weren't just in Africa. They were they hugged the Mediterranean, from wrapping around from Spain into the Middle East and all the way to North Africa and across there. They were distinct subspecies of lions. The last one to get wiped out was the Barbary lion, which got wiped out in the 20th century, which went extinct in the 20th century. But they used to, the lions went extinct in like Israel, in that area, in about 500 BC. They went extinct in Southern Europe over a long period of time. They slowly reduced the number, but they went extinct completely sometime around 400 AD or CE, depending on what kind of I don't use Roman terminology there because I'm not Roman Catholic, but
Transcending cultural and geographical boundaries, it serves as a powerful reminder of our shared humanity and the common threads that bind us together. As visitors from around the world stand in awe of this ancient monument, they are united by a sense of wonder and a desire to connect with the past. The Sphinx, in its silent majesty, speaks to the collective human experience, reminding us that we are all part of a larger story. As the sun sets over the Sphinx, casting a warm glow over the desert, we are reminded of the enduring mystery and beauty of this ancient monument. The Sphinx, with its timeless presence, continues to capture...
Every 2 minutes, this guy talks like he's wrapping up the video, but if you look, we're 22 minutes into a half an hour video.
...activate and inspire, inviting us to embark on a journey of discovery and exploration. It stands as a testament to the power of human curiosity and the endless quest for knowledge, urging us to look beyond the surface and to seek the deeper truths that lie beneath.
So what this reminds me of listening to this is it's like AI reading somebody's 8th grade essay that they wrote on the Sphinx based completely off the works of like Graham Hancock and such. And that's what it comes across as to me. It's like we've been listening to someone's essay and they're just trying to fill a word quotient by continually repeating these notions of like, the Sphinx represents this and we are in awe of it, its majesty and mystery and blah blah blah. It's like every couple minutes he says that, like he's trying to reach a word count.
As our exploration of the Sphinx draws to a close, we are left not with definitive answers, but with a profound sense of awe and a renewed appreciation for the mysteries that endure. The Sphinx, a symbol that transcends time and culture.
Oh, Minnow, you headed into work? Oh.
Leaves an indelible mark on our collective consciousness, whispering a timeless message for humanity. It reminds us of the power of human ingenuity and creativity. The very existence of the Sphinx, carved from a single block of limestone using tools and techniques we're still trying to comprehend, stands as a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit to conceive and create wonders that endure for millennia. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Giza Plateau, we find ourselves drawn back to the enigmatic face of the Sphinx. Our journey has taken us through the corridors of history, delving into ancient myths, groundbreaking discoveries, and
What groundbreaking discoveries did we delve into? And what tantalizing theories did you present to us today? I haven't heard any of that.
Tantalizing theories. Yet, the Sphinx, true to its nature, holds its secrets close, leaving us with more questions than answers. Have we truly deciphered the whispers of time etched into its weathered features?
Well, you made it through almost the whole show, though, Minnow, because, after this, we got Bree's Bestiary, and we're done. But thank you so much for sticking around.
Throughout our exploration, we've encountered a myriad of theories surrounding the Sphinx's origins, its purpose, and its connection to a lost chapter in human history. Was it truly a creation of Pharaoh Khafre, a guardian of his funerary complex? Or could it be a remnant of a far older civilization, a testament to knowledge and wisdom lost to the sands of time?
I don't know, because the Magi protect it, so we can't even learn the secrets because the Pharaoh's Magi.
While the Sphinx may guard its secrets closely, our quest to unravel its mysteries is far from over. New technologies such as advanced ground-penetrating radar, muon tomography, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to peer beneath the surface.
How does DNA... What? Did you just say that DNA will help us understand the Sphinx? I gotta rewind.
To decipher the faintest whispers of the past and to piece together a more complete picture of the Sphinx's story. Imagine the possibility for the faintest whispers of analysis from over. New technologies such as advanced ground-penetrating radar, muon tomography, and DNA analysis are providing researchers with unprecedented tools to peer beneath the surface, to decipher the faintest whispers of the past and...
What? What is What? DNA? Can someone explain that to me?
To piece together a more complete picture of the Sphinx's story. Imagine the possibilities, uncovering hidden chambers adorned with ancient texts, mapping the intricate network of underground passages, and even analyzing trace DNA remnants to reveal the genetic lineage of those who built and interacted with this ancient wonder. The Sphinx, standing sentinel for millennia, has borne witness to the rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of civilizations, and the relentless march of time. Yet it remains a testament to the enduring power of human creativity, a symbol of resilience in the face of change, and a source of endless fascination for those who dare to look beyond the surface. Its legacy extends far beyond its physical presence on the Giza Plateau. It's woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and music. Its enigmatic smile a recurring motif.
Oh, hey, Bree, you could... You should cover the Ouija board contact from TikTok videos. I can send you the links if I haven't already. It's wild. We covered Ouija boards not too long ago. I could definitely do another Ouija video though. Yeah. We covered Zozo. That's what we talked about. Anybody remember Zozo? Was a Ouija board demon. I'll drop the link. It was on it was on CrypticCorner.
In our cultural lexicon. As we conclude our exploration, we're left with a sense of wonder and a renewed appreciation for the enduring power of the Sphinx. It stands as a symbol of the unknown, a testament to the limits of our current understanding, and a challenge to continue pushing the boundaries of knowledge. What secrets still lie hidden beneath the sands of time?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sphinx, for centuries...
Mud Fossils University thinks everything is... all the mythical monsters are real. He thinks that mountain ranges are dead dragons. So, I mean... Take from that what you will.
Silent sentinel guarding the secrets of time is now at the heart of a global conversation. Thanks to the power of technology, the mysteries of this ancient wonder are no longer confined to the dusty archives of academia or the hushed whispers of esoteric circles. They're now accessible to anyone with an internet connection, sparking curiosity, igniting imaginations, and fueling a collective quest for knowledge that transcends borders and cultures.
Right.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the mysteries of our world.
I won't subscribe to your channel. I might subscribe to your channel with my...
As we delve deeper into the mysteries...
I might subscribe to your channel on like one of my toxic sock accounts, but I'm not going to do it on this one. Of course, this video has only got 11 views, and they got 4.78k subscribers. So more people have seen your video today with me live than has ever watched this before. And you may wonder, hey, why is that? Because a lot of people don't like to sit there and listen to an AI voice talk. If I find something with a real person talking, I will choose that over an AI voice. The only thing I like about finding an AI voice video is that they're usually rife with nonsense. And that's entertaining when they're full of nonsense. So, you know, sometimes I will just pull one just because, but yeah, a lot of people get annoyed by the AI voice. Like, I don't know if someone could sit here and listen to what, to your video without a real person like me, cutting in and making commentary. It is hard to sit there and listen to an AI voice, especially read for a full half an hour. So maybe like without having AI voices read like quotes from people, I get that, yeah. Like having it be the like a letter from a witness or something, and have the AI voice read that. Sure, that makes sense, but just having the whole thing be a half an hour of an AI voice reading over a slideshow of pictures of Egyptian monuments is going to bore most people. Even if you are talking about some cool conspiracy theory stuff that's actually interesting to learn about, like, oh yeah, people think this and that about these chambers and stuff. It's interesting, but the presentation is the problem, I think. So that might be why in 6 months only less than a baker's dozen people have viewed this video. But I guess this isn't the main thing of this guy's channel either. Of course, I got to point that out that, you know, for the most part, it looks like it's gaming content, right? Most of the time it's playing video games. Fruit of the Illuminati. Why isn't there a full video on that? It's 21 seconds. Lame. Yeah. So, yeah, but this was Roswell's cat and conspiracy and gaming bunker is who we looked at today. So how do you feel about the Sphinx? Obviously, I think we can all confirm that the Sphinx wasn't a real animal or anything. But do you think the Sphinx is like, you know, some of the people have proposed, 30,000, 35,000 years old? Do you believe that? Is that something that you think, yeah, that makes sense? Or is like a concept that you reject? Like, let me know down below how you feel about the conspiracies surrounding the Sphinx. Did it survive the global flood of the Bible? Yeah. Did it exist in the green jungles of the Sahara? Huh? All right. Yeah, let me know. I thought Zoso was Robert Plant. No, Zozo. Zozo is on a Ouija board. The Z and the O are on opposite ends of the letters, so it's just the thing going back and forth with ideomotor movement. So everybody spells out Zozo because it'll go from one extreme of that to the other because ideomotor movement of the people putting their hands on there. Anyway, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Weird With It, where we explored the riddle of the Sphinx and its ancient origins. Please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time.